Hi there, guys. So I'm back here with another vlog today, and today is okay. If I get the date right, it's a good start to my video. I think today is March the 20 something. You know, I haven't been working lately, so things are a bit off in my mind. And if you can't tell, I'm already sort of anxiety riddled. Like when I woke up this morning, I was feeling anxiety from my belly up, in my throat, in my chest, in my bones, limbs, and everywhere. But I've got no option but to keep pushing. And as for the last few days or so, it's been fluctuating. And part of the frustration with whole anxiety is some days you feel good, some days you feel down, and you always try to find a good sort of a middle ground where you can always just stay there throughout the days and weeks and stuff. But it doesn't work like that. There's days where you're gonna feel bad, there's days where you're gonna feel good and things like that. And the only way to get rid of it is to just push through regardless of what you feel. Don't let emotions dictate what you feel, what you do, and let your sort of mentality or your mindset dictate the outcome of the day. So that's something that I've been working on, and regardless of what it is that I've got to face, what it is that I'm feeling, I still have to do it, just like what I'm doing right now. So anyways, I wanted to talk about Eid in this video. So I'm gonna have to be sort of low in this video here because I don't have a tripod yet on my phone that I'm recording, so I've just got to put it on this little park I'm in. So anyways, Eid is the Islamic celebration of the end. It marks the end of Ramadan, and there's also another Eid that marks the end of the year, if I'm right. So Dhul Hijj in Islamic calendar. So it's basically the Islamic year that we're in, if I'm right, is 1448 or so, 47, one of those. So it's a special celebration here for Muslims, and we spend it with our family, we spend it with our close relatives, we pay them visits, we share kind words, love, laughter, food. Food is a major one because depending on each culture, tradition, where you're from, you're going to be indulging in that. You're going to be swapping it with your neighbors as well, and that's something that's just beautiful and warming. And I know that a lot of the celebrations here, for example Christmas, for example Diwali, for example maybe even Chinese New Year, all of those other celebrations, it's more of a they basically put it out there that like the world sort of knows, like it's been celebrated with fireworks, it's been celebrated with colors. Whereas Eid, so this is something I picked up on, it's basically more like a internal sort of happiness that people are sharing and a gratitude. Don't get me wrong, all of these religions and celebrations, they all show gratitude, but in Islam we're told that we have to share it with people. We don't have to be sort of extravagant or over the top, and people just celebrate with family, close people. But as for myself, I prefer to have a nice relaxed day, so spend it with like I said, with family, spend it doing things that I love, whether that's just taking a nap as well. And there's something that's just so common in Eid. It's called the Eid nap. So because the Eid prayer itself is the significant act within the day, I know, like, when it comes to Christmas, you've got the Christmas meal, you've got the Christmas presents and stuff like that. When it comes to Eid, you've got go to Eid prayers. It's 2 rakahs, and it's usually done between 6 a.m. to, I think, latest around 10 a.m. Some mosques, they vary. Some pray a few times to make it possible for people to come. So people go work, and some people will miss it. Some people might not make it on time, not wake up and things like that. So they've got around 5 or 6 congregations throughout. And once you make the Eid prayer, people go back to their homes, some people go out to eat, they do whatever. But because people have just been fasting for an entire month, waking up for suhoor around 3, 4, 5 a.m., people are exhausted. So Eid day comes, we can finally eat again, and then people literally go back home, take a nap for an hour or two or however long, and they just feel refreshed. And it's just something that's become so common, among so many people. But the whole point isn't to just sort of isolate yourself, is to take in the day, wear your best set of clothes. Most guys out there, they get a fresh thobe, fresh khamis, and a nice sort of imama. I think is the Arabic term for it. It's one of those cloths that goes like basically a scarf over here, and you feel all fresh, clean. And it's advised that you take a shower before Eid prayer as well, cut your nails, your pubic hairs, all of those things. And it's a marking of the end of either, of course I said, Ramadan or end of the year. And it's it's just so important that you take part on these things. Even though you might not be in the mood, you just have to partake and show gratitude and blessings as well. So if I go back to how it was when I was a child, I remember we used to go to fun fairs, we used to get money. It's just a nice sort of like a loving, a enjoyable moment when you're a child. Like people are just greeting you with money. You're being taken different places. You're gonna go out to eat in places where you'd watch on TV adverts like, oh, I'm gonna go to Burger King, I'm gonna go to McDonald's, whatever was on your mind. You actually get to do on Eid day as a child. As an adult, you've got the responsibility that now you've got to take care of your kids if you have them, your nephews, your nieces, your siblings, things like that. And the energy just changes from the attention being on you going out there to enjoy, and now you become the provider yourself. And things will keep changing, so hopefully one day, inshallah, when I have kids, I'm gonna have to take them out. I'm gonna have to put in my all in for them. I'm gonna have to basically live for them and show them that I'm also grateful, both in Allah blessing me with those kids and showing the kids the right way of doing Eid as well. So things are passed down. Kids are always watching and learning. So if you actually show them that, taking responsibility, taking initiative, making time out for them, one day they'll repay you as well, and they'll learn and grow. And it's important that we don't always just push kids out of the way, like keep them in the dark. It's important that we equip them with the right knowledge. Like, this is what Eid is supposed to be about. This is how you're supposed to give, gratitude. This is how you're meant to live, and just tell them about why we're celebrating Eid. So that's important as well. So that's exactly why I'm making this video. A lot of the people might not know. I know there's people out there that think every religion just has a day, which is right, but there's a meaning for each day. So if I'm right here, if I look back at Christmas here, the Christians say that Jesus was born on that day. As Muslims, we don't believe that. We believe Jesus was born around summer or springtime. So it's exactly how it was described in the Quran. So, and in Diwali, it's, I'm not too sure, but there's always, of course, reasons. But you have to know your background, you have to know what you're doing, and you have to know exactly why you're doing it as well. So that's the main reason. And as we evolve, we do things the same way, but the meaning is what always stays with us. So And those of you out there that are celebrating Eid, I know I am delayed for a few days here, so a delayed Eid Mubarak from me. Enjoy your day, and I know that the next Eid, so right now we just celebrated Eid al-Fitr. The next Eid is in around June, early June, I think, and this Eid al-Adha. It's the one where technically it's 3 days. So it's the big Eid, and for that one, hopefully I'll be on time celebrating here with you guys. And yeah, let's keep working on our deen. I know that Ramadan is finished now, but it's important that we keep up our strong etiquettes and religious acts that we picked up within the last month. And for me as well, I am trying to implement some of those good things, even though it's hard. Shaitan's back out now, so we will still have to keep fighting. This is exactly when the test is at its pinnacle. Ramadan is a booster, but now it's like let's keep it up. But without any further ado, take care, guys. Eid Mubarak once again, and I'll catch you lot on the next part. Take care, guys.